2822 News starts with breaking news.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Nick Toma.
And I'm Candace Kelly. Thank you for joining us today.
We continue to follow that breaking news this hour. 2 state troopers have been shot in northeastern Pennsylvania.
As we first reported earlier this afternoon, they were ambushed responding to a call in Susquehanna County. We have live team coverage this hour.
2822's Andy Mahalchik is live for us in Thompson Township. He has the latest on the investigation. 2822 News' Joe Mason is also at the scene in Susquehanna County.
And Avery Nape joins us live outside of Dunmore State Police Barracks, where a press conference is set to be held. Let's start with Andy on what we know about the shooting so far. Andy.
Well, good evening. It was really high drama today here in Thompson Township, Susquehanna County. Just for some perspective, we're about 30 miles north of the city of Scranton, very close to the New York state border. Now, we do know 2 troopers were ambushed as they responded to a call on Route 171 in Thompson Township here in Susquehanna County. Let me show you some video as we give you the latest information. It all began at around 11:15-16 this morning when Susquehanna County 911 got a call about a reported gunshot wound with a 59-year-old woman. Troopers responded. A short time later, 911 got a call about multiple gunshot wound victims at that scene. We now know 2 state troopers were ambushed by a suspect. The troopers are identified as Trooper William Jenkins and Trooper Joseph Parachinsky. Both are in stable condition. They were airlifted to the CMC Geisinger in Scranton. Stable condition. In fact, this afternoon they met with Governor Josh Shapiro and State Police Commissioner Lieutenant Colonel Chris Parris. Now, again, we're also told that when they arrived on the scene, their cruisers were riddled by bullets. A 3rd state trooper was able to evacuate them, basically rescue them from the scene and get them out of there. A landing zone was set up on Route 171 near Thompson Town, and they were flown to CMC Geisinger in Scranton. Again, they're in stable condition. The suspect then encountered the state troopers. He was armed with a rifle. He was shot dead by the state troopers. That investigation is ongoing. Now, I spoke to a neighbor who lives right by the landing zone. They could not believe what was happening. In fact, they have 2 young kids. They put the children in their house. They're afraid because initially the suspect, they did not know if the suspect was still on the loose. Here's what he had to say.
It's just very unsettling, you know. These people are out here with families doing jobs, trying to protect everybody, and for them to be getting targeted just trying to save someone else is just very unsettling.
Now, again, the shooting scene happened near a place at 214 171 State Route in Thompson Township. That's about 5 miles north of the town of Thompson. Again, very rural area. We're standing by the intersection of Bethel Hill Road and Church Lake Road on Route 171. If you're familiar with the area, a lot of farms here, a lot of rural districts. Again, this is not an urban area by any chance. Now, the name of the suspect has not been released, but state police are going to hold a news conference at 6 p.m. or thereabouts at the State Police Barracks in Dunmore. The Dunmore Barracks oversees the Gibson State Police Barracks, which patrols this part of Susquehanna County. Again, our live team coverage continuing throughout the night. Back to you.
Andy Mahalchik reporting live for us from the scene. Thanks, Andy. And of course, as he mentioned, the shooting of the 2 troopers has caused plenty of commotion in that small rural part of Susquehanna County.
2822's Joe Mason saw it play out earlier this afternoon. Joe's joining us live now. Joe, what did you see and what are you seeing right now for us?
Well, good evening, Nick and Candace. Yes, Pennsylvania State Police are now investigating a shooting with 2 state troopers involved. Now, this all began around 11:15, as Andy mentioned earlier. The suspect, we're now learning more about. The suspect was armed with a rifle, refused to comply with commands from state police, and was eventually shot and killed because of that. Now, we know a 3rd state trooper stepped in to get those 2 state troopers out of the way. And we now have the names of those state troopers that were critically injured in this incident. Trooper Joseph Parachinsky and Trooper William Jenkins seriously injured in this incident. They were airlifted to CMC Geisinger and are now listed in stable condition. They both met with Governor Josh Shapiro earlier today.
171 was blocked off at Comfort Lake, so I had to take the back way and got here as quick as I could just to keep my family safe. I mean, they're what mean the most to me, and something like that happening in a small town like this, what are you going to do? You know what I mean? You're going to get home, take care of your family, and be there for them.
And again, we want to stress people in the area are advised to avoid this route here behind me, Bethel Hill Road, Churchill Lake Road, and this intersection here of 171. Again, this team coverage continues into 6 o'clock and for the remainder of 5 o'clock live here in Susquehanna County. Joe Mason, 2822 News.
All right, Joe, thanks for the update there. And we have also learned that state police will hold a press conference later tonight to release some new details about the crime and investigation in Susquehanna County.
And 2822's Avery Nape joins us now live with more details from the State Police Barracks in Dunmore. Avery?
Nick, Candace, yeah, I'm currently standing here in front of the Dunmore State Police Barracks, where State Police has said that in just about an hour at around 6 o'clock, they will be hosting a press conference to update the condition of those two troopers. Now, just about an hour ago, Governor Josh Shapiro met with Trooper Parachinsky and his family at the Geisinger CMC in Scranton. The governor says Parachinsky was in rough shape but good spirits, adding that they were joking with him while they sat down there together. Governor Shapiro went on to commend Trooper Parachinsky for his bravery in saving lives today, as well as those other state troopers that were involved.
This was the 5th and 6th shooting of a state trooper during my time and Colonel Parris's time in these roles. It never gets easier, but I am always strengthened by and lifted up by the heroism and the bravery that these troopers demonstrate in just really, really difficult circumstances.
Now, we will have more information coming up at 6 o'clock with this press conference kicking off. And just to make note, that area of Susquehanna County is still an active crime scene. State Police is recommending that anyone living in that area or traveling through should avoid that area at all costs. But for now, reporting live in Dunmore, Avery Nape, 2822 News.
All right, Avery, thank you. And be sure to stay with us on air and online throughout the evening as we bring you the latest on this investigation in Susquehanna County where 2 state troopers were shot in an ambush.